Lord Dario and Lady Shadowlings?
Lord Lucio, I am relieved to see you up and about.
Thank you. But more importantly, I see you two were able to take refuge in the castle.
Raph saved us. Though it would seem it is not normally permitted to bring in those of other worlds.
But we're all in quite the unprecedented predicament, so let's all just turn a blind eye and forget about it. It's fine, I mean, I'm from another world after all.
I take it you have dealt with your business as well? The monsters that appeared within the reliquaries.
We did. But what do you mean by as well? Did something else arise for you all?
Nothing important. Only a bit of sword training with Lucio.
Training? What are you thinking, Lord Lucio? You can't do that! You almost didn't make it! You do understand that, don't you?
Sorry about that. And you were the one who saved me, yes? Thank you, Eureka. And sorry to leave it this long, but it's good to see you again. Have you been faring well?
Of course I have! Which is precisely why you should worry less about me and more about yourself! I thought you might not recover, and then I was really scared, you know? Really scared! So to hear that you've been practicing your swordsmanship right after regaining consciousness! You dummy! Lord Lucio, the Lackwit! Do you enjoy making me cry?
Not in the slightest! Please forgive me, Eureka! That was wrong of me. I'm truly sorry.
Who did this? What miscreant made my precious Eureka cry? Lucio!
Forgive me! Forgive me!
Should have left you for dead! But then you would have had no idea how good it is to see you awake. You really put up a fight. Good work.
Morning, everyone. It would seem we have recuperated enough to move about properly.
I slept like a log. So hungry.
Hey, at least wipe away the drool, you slob. But now that you mention it, I suppose I might be a bit peckish too.
Then shall I make us something? There must be a kitchen here, yes?
I would love that. But seriously, Perrine, I mean this with all the sincerity in the world. Do not make mine spicy this time, okay?
The same for me, please. I would appreciate something easy on the stomach so soon after waking.
For everyone to have already recovered after such exhaustion.
I suppose that is a testimony to just how abundant the magic stored within the castle is.
But there can't be a next time, Kupo. If any more of the castle's magic gets used, the whole thing could be in danger of disappearing on us, Kupo. We won't be able to go book hunting in other worlds for a time either, Kupo. Eureka, you'll just have to be patient, Kupo. I know. I love my books, but not that much.
You really came through for us, Eureka. I'll be sure to make it up to you someday. I promise.
When times are tough, we're there for each other. But if you really want to thank me...
Whoa, that was a close one. To attack someone just as they've woken up shows some real grit. But alas, not this time.
I still couldn't get it. And here I thought today would be the day I'd get to see what's in that book.
What was that all about?
Please pay them no mind, Kupo. It's kind of like a ritual at this point, Kupo.
Now that we are replenished to a basic level of functionality, I would like to discuss what comes hereafter.
Before that, might we be able to confirm what exactly has become of Ardra?
Are you sure you want to? It's only going to be a harsh reminder of a reality we can do nothing about.
Even so, if I don't start by accepting it, I don't see any way I can move forward. I know it might sound like I am making assumptions, but something tells me this is true for everyone. And not just me.
I, for one, am in agreement with Lord Lucio. Might we return to Ardra just once more?
That would be far too dangerous, I'm afraid.
Would it be enough to just check on that world from here? If so, you only need to give me a moment. Heave. Oh! It's so heavy, Koopa! Hurry up and place it, Koopa!
What is that thing?
A large ball with a lot of cylinders. What could this be? Oh, a telescope, perhaps? This is the Interdimensional Instrument of Observation Eyes on You. Or the prototype for it, anyway.
Eyes on you?
A device that allows one to monitor another world from one's current location? How very interesting.
For someone with such an innocent face, you sure do make some wild stuff. With equally wild names.
I'll get it up and running in a jiffy. I just need to set the target to the Ardra you all were in, and... It'll take more of the castle's magic to operate, Koopa. Be sure not to run it too long, Koopa. I know that, so shush. It's a prototype. I have to be extra careful to get the adjustments just right.
Is this contraption safe? We needn't anticipate any sudden explosions, should we?
Funny you mention that.
Master Lucio?
I'm sure it'll be fine. Eureka's knowledge and ingenuity are amazing. I know that for a fact as I've experienced it firsthand.
It's just as you saw. The continent of Ardra is... Oh... It's horrid. It's just not right. How? How could someone do something so awful?
Eureka.
Now he's done it. Making Eureka cry is yet another reason we can't let that Ashen King get away with this.
From the looks of it, we should assume that at least half of Ardra is already submerged in the sea. I doubt what remains will survive the coming months.
Could anyone survive such disaster?
There are still many signs of life around what used to be the kingdom of Wizette. I think they were all survivors.
Okay, question. Is that device capable of sensing life forms?
Yes, that's right. I made it hoping that we could detect other worlds with advanced civilizations and maybe borrow some of their books.
I wouldn't understand how that thing works even if you told me, but could we use it to find where the Ashen King is?
A fair idea. What do you think, Eureka? Is it possible?
Perhaps it could track the immense magical energy emitted by the Ashen King and his underlings.
If I find him, will you make sure he gets what he deserves? For what he's done?
Leave it to us. We'll show him that we don't deal in unfinished business.
Okay then, I'll try it. Will that be all right with the Moogles? The castle will go dark for a spell from tomorrow, Koopa. I'll make sure we have candles, Koopa. And as far as food goes, you'll have to do with bread and preserves, Koopa. Will you manage, Koopa? Sure. Thank you.
So this is the world where we can find the Ashen King and his followers.
Assuming Eureka's calculations are correct, yeah. Sure is rather barren, though.
That would be because there are no humans living here. No matter where we go, the same sight surely awaits us.
Which is exactly why it's very likely he is here. There must be a reason he has intentionally come to a world where there are no humans to bring to ruin.
For the crystal, I would wager.
I found it! I've picked up on some incredible magical energy. He has to be here. But it's odd. There are no signs of anything resembling human life on this world.
Meaning the world is uninhabited?
That seems to be the case. Such worlds aren't rare by any means, but why would he choose to go to such a place?
This doesn't sit right with me at all. Search this world a bit further and see what else might be there.
Don't forget, you're on a strict time limit, Kupo! I know. I'll be as quick as possible. What could this reaction be? Have you found something? It's a crystal! It looks like this world has a crystal of incredible power. It really is something. It might even have an amount of power that rivals a core crystal.
You and your device sense that it rivals a core crystal? That it may be in our best interests to head there at once.
I can sense the crystal. It's this way.
The fact that we can sense it in our current state must mean that it's packing some serious magic.
There's no way that the Ashen King isn't going after it then.
It would appear that procuring the power of the core crystals was not enough for him.
Another possibility is that he needs that crystal in order to make the power of the core crystals completely his own.
No matter what he plans to use it for, we must keep it out of his clutches.
We could take it for ourselves instead. Turn things considerably in our favor. We could even entrust it to Eureka and the Moogles to use for our magic replenishment.
About that, might I make a suggestion?
Huh? You thought of an even better way we could use it? But honestly, it doesn't matter what we do with it, as long as it doesn't end up in the Ashen King's cringy hands.
If we happen to reach the crystal before the Ashen King does, might I house it within my body?
Lord Dario, do not tell me that you took Eureka's words as truth.
Lord Dario, what exactly did Eureka tell you?
That housing a crystal within one's body is a potential means to prolong life. I was unable to save the people of Horn, or the lands of Ardra. In the very least, I need to live long enough to see the Ashen King put to the sword.
Understandable reasoning, but I highly doubt that is all someone as insightful as Eureka would tell you of the matter.
Well,
for example, did she mention that while the power of the crystal could prolong life, it would prove to be only temporary? Anything like that, perhaps? Or that the moment that you accept the crystal, you will cease to be human?
for now, I am merely asking if it is possible or not. May I have an answer?
If you house a crystal within your body, you might become something much like us. But I really do hope you'll reconsider. The only thing that would await you is a complete fade from existence.
She speaks true. The crystal's power would eventually consume you, leaving nothing behind of what you once were.
That does nothing to deter me. I ask knowing full well what will become of me. My life will end soon enough. That fate is inescapable. But If I sit idly by as my life comes to an end, I will never be able to make amends with all those who have lost their lives before me.
Is this the whole duty as a royal thing? I'm not convinced that's the right reason to do something like this.
I suppose it is about my duty, yes. I certainly still feel bound to it. But more so than that, I want my life to have had some purpose. I want to leave a mark that shows that I lived in this world, that I accomplished something before my death. This comes not from a place of duty, but hope.
Hope?
Yes. Though if you wanted to put it another way, I suppose we could say it is my selfish wish.
Your resolution is plain to see, Dario, and I think it deserves respect. No matter what form it may take, hope is still hope.
Hey now, Astrius. What are you saying?
But now is not the time to discuss whether or not that hope can be realized. Because, and correct me if I'm wrong, to take possession of the crystal, we must find it first.
True. It is just as you say, Lord Astrius. I should not get ahead of myself.
Our priority is preventing the Ashen King from getting his hands on the crystal. What comes after that? Well, we can think about that if and when the time comes. Does this work for you, Lord Dario?
It does, yes. Let us focus on finding the crystal.
I am back, Lord Dario.
Thank you for your efforts, Lynx. Have you found anything?
Nothing resembling the crystal, though I did see some Vision soldiers patrolling up ahead.
Then we were right. The Ashen King is in this world.
Battle will be unavoidable should we proceed this way. Shall we find a detour?
Let's just keep going. I'm not really sure we have the time for taking the scenic route.
Karine, you're right. They've got the core crystals anyway. Which means they knew we were here ages ago. No need to sneak around at this point.
Then we hit them head on. Nice and simple. Come on, everyone.
Impressive.
This is nothing. If anything, it was just right as a nice warm-up.
A warm-up, you say?
What is it, Lynx?
Nothing, Your Highness. Let us make haste.
Hold still!
Thank you. I am in your debt.
Be on your guard. There are still enemies about. Who's there? Show yourself!
I suppose a little trick like that isn't enough to catch you unawares. But I should have known that.
It's...
Volkay.
So we meet again, Lucio. And Astrius.
So, you were one of the Ashen King's underlings all along.
Wait, do you know this guy? What is going on here?
Lord Volkay, how could you? After everything you did to help us before! Were you lying the whole time?
I suppose this means I was. It wasn't my intention, but I'm not here to make excuses. This is my first time meeting the whole gang, so perhaps a formal introduction is in order. My name is Volkay. I serve as the Ashen King Mont's loyal retainer, the Ashen Shimmerlance.
You conduct yourself as a dignified warrior, I shall give you that. Though you may be our enemy, you would have my respect. But hearing that you deceived Lucio and Astrius, that respect is quickly dissipating. If you have an explanation, I should like to hear it.
There is nothing more to say. I appreciate your appraisal, but I'm afraid you think too highly of me.
But why? You slayed those monsters and saved so many refugees, did you not? You offered a helping hand to those weary souls. When you said that you don't wish for any more meaningless deaths, was that all a lie too?
Who can say? Believe what you want to believe, but I'm still your enemy. That's the only truth you need.
Volkay!
Lucio, you know what you need to do, right?
I do. I won't make the same mistake. Not again!
I take it you were tasked with telling the Ashen King of our movements last we met.
You wouldn't believe me either way, would you? That's what will let you fight me without any lingering doubts, after all.
That's not true.
What?
There may be much I do not know, but I do know this. There's no way the kindness you showed these battered people was a lie. You value life, I'm sure of it. How could you stoop to serving under the likes of the Ashen King? The preciousness of life means nothing to him. How could you possibly serve someone like that?
The likes of the Ashen King. The preciousness of life means nothing to him. You watch your tongue! You lot want to protect people, to save their lives. I understand the feeling well. Hell, I think it's worthy of praise. But your way of seeing it done isn't the only one, nor is it necessarily the right one. His worship Mont treads his own path, resigned to carry the burden alone. For my sister, and for me, his worship embodies hope.
Hope? The Ashen King, Mont?
Do not speak his worship's name with such familiarity. Only those of us in his family may utter something so precious. I will say it once more. I am the Ashen Shimmerlance, the loyal spear of his worship, the Ashen King Mont. If you yet intend to stand in his worship's way, then I must do everything within my power to end you all!
They're quite evenly matched.
Something seems off, though, doesn't it? Based on Lucio's previous battles, I expected him to be running out of steam by now.
There is no decline in Lucio's vigor. If anything, he's becoming more fierce as the battle continues.
I see now. It is the crystal. This world is an environment just like that of the stronghold we were in. This whole world is wrapped in the magic emitted by the crystal, and unbeknownst to Lucio, he absorbs its power as he fights. The
crystal is just a condensation of pure magic. It's not meant to have a will of its own. Yet, it's almost as though the crystal is lending its power to you as a means to protect itself. And what would that make us? Loathsome plunderers? That does not sit right with me. None of this does.
This isn't over yet!
Then you leave me no choice but to subdue the crystal by force. I will bring it to our side and present it to his worship.
Wait! Volke. Yes, that was your name. Do you remember me? You were just a boy back then. Your sister, Lilith, wasn't it? She was a strong, brave soldier. Or at least, that was what you told me. Overcome with grief for the loss of your sister, you cried yourself to sleep on my lap. Even now, I can still recall it all clearly.
That was... you?
If you really are that same boy from back then please, allow me to meet with Prince Mont. I need to speak with him.
So it was. I can still recall that gentle touch. A warmth that was there for the child that I was.
If you truly mean that, then...
Those days have long since passed. We have cast off our abhorrent pasts alongside his worship. Everything we do is in the name of seizing a future for ourselves.
Whoa! He's trying to drop the entire cliff!
And he is succeeding. Fall back, everyone. Do not get swept away.
Is everyone all right?
I think so.
Alas, it would seem that Volke has managed to escape.
It does, yes.
You okay, Perrine?
Yes.
I don't know how else to ask this, so please don't take it the wrong way, but...
Hold up, Setia. I should be the one to ask.
Raph, are you sure?
Honestly, this is a huge pain in the butt. A monumental one, actually. And I absolutely wish I didn't have to do it. So let's get everything out and over with. What do you say, Perrine? It's been so difficult to talk with you lately, because there's someone else involved in all this besides the Ashen King and Volke. Am I right? And I'm betting it's the warrior of the Dark Crystal who came before me. And I'm betting it's the warrior of the Dark Crystal who came before me.
Raffi, so you were able to tell us much.
Yep, turns out I can be pretty sharp, you know? Probably has something to do with the fact I had a good master. Let's That's why you should have more faith, Perrine, in the warrior of the Dark Crystal that you trained. Did you think I'm the type to pull away in shock and sulk when the conversation gets a little tough?
No, I've never thought that. You're a tough one, Raffi. As for being a sulk, I think it's me who's been doing that.
Yeah. So let me put it this way. If you need to sulk, then at least do it around me. I mean, you don't always have to be the perfect master who's always in control, kind, smart, and awesome, whether you're cooking things or punching someone. Not around me. I don't care about that stuff. I mean, come on. We're friends. No, more than that. We're family.
Oh, Raffi. Very well, then. I'll tell you everything. Just be sure to listen until the end, okay? This all happened a long, long time ago. Out of everyone here, the only other warrior of the crystals to have awakened was Velis. That's how long ago we're talking about. I was tasked with visiting somewhere with Calidra, the warrior of the Dark Crystal who came before Raffi. That place was the very same continent of Ardra that the Ashen King has cast into the sea.
And this was a long time ago? Apologies, I do not wish to interrupt, but that cannot be. It was only a few years ago that Prince Mont was driven from his home as a traitor and thrust onto the path that would make him the Ashen King.
It may be difficult for humans such as yourselves to comprehend, but to put it simply, that is how time works for us.
We jump across time, space, and worlds themselves to do our duty. It's just what we do. What happened just yesterday for us may have happened hundreds of years ago in another world. I suppose it simply comes with the territory, as they say.
Meaning, the opposite could surely be plausible as well. You all experience time in a way that does not fit within our perceived framework. It certainly exceeds the realm of imagination, but I will try to understand as much as I am able. Please, continue as you are.
Our mission was to investigate a mysterious phenomenon occurring in that Ardra. Though I doubt its residents, such as Dari, were aware of such.
Ah, I remember now. The timeline of the world diverged in an unnatural manner in Ardra more times than we could count.
The timeline of the world diverged?
That's right. While we were trying to find the cause, we met Prince Mont, before he had taken to calling himself the Ashen King.
May I have a moment of his worship's time? Not now. He is at rest. We should not disturb him. I see. It is only natural that his worship would be exhausted after exerting so much of his power. He will surely require rest for some time. Very well. I shall wait until he wakes. Good. I must say, I cannot recall the last time I have seen him sleep before our very eyes like this.
Sorry, but I'm not sure we have time to be chatting. I heard report of Wizette's forces heading for this church. We should hurry and move on while we still can.
I cannot run away and leave the villagers here to fend for themselves.
I found them! The fugitive prince and Soderly! Lady Glacella's orders state to bring Soderly in alive, but she said nothing of Mont. Cut him down!
We tarried too long. Lilith, guard Lord Soderly! I sincerely doubt that was the last of them.
We should probably assume reinforcements will keep on coming as well.
Then let us flee this village at once. Please do not stray from our side, Lord Soderly.
Understood.
Haven't learned your lesson yet, huh? Very well then. Those who wish to die, step right up!
Now is our chance! Quickly!
It appears I misjudged you, Mont. I did not care that you hated battle, but to abandon your homeland and run away to join the Church. So you are not even going to attempt to justify your actions. Hand over Soderly or else!
Lord Mont!
I shall not back down, Lilith. Not ever.
I shall hold you to those words, brother.
Stern.
Stern, I can handle this in your stead.
You needn't worry for me, Glaciella. My brother and I have known this day would come. Isn't that right, Mont?
It's how it has to be.
Lord Mont, you are brothers. This isn't right.
Step aside, Lilith.
As you command. I guess this means we really are no longer citizens of Leonis.
Forgive me, Lilith, for getting you involved in this.
Oh, come on. I have done only as I've wished. If you're going to face him, then give it nothing but your all. I won't allow any of the fodder to interfere.
Stern.
There is naught to worry about. I know my brother's skills with a sword better than anyone. I assure you, there is no conceit in my words. In truth, I all but tremble at the prospect of finally fighting my brother for real. Let us do this!
How was this woman able to hold off so many of us? Stern.
Lord Mont!
Impossible! How could you yet stand with such grievous injuries?
Oh, shut it! This cannot be. Lord Mont, no.
The blaze of the battlefield, pride of Leonis. You are something indeed to have made it this far, but you will go no further.
Lord Mont.
Now to settle things, once and for all!
I shall not be beaten!
Stern.
Well fought, brother. If only we could have fought side by side against the great houses instead.
Lilith! It's no use. I
can't leave just you!
It would seem this is as far as it goes.
This is as far as it goes? No! Not here! Not now! Someone, give me strength to see my ideals realized! What was that?
So the wire puller finally shows himself.
I am sorry, but we do not have time for this.
What's happening?
Lord Mont! Lord Mont! Please, open your eyes! Lord Mont.
Ketone? What are you doing here?
Lord Mont! What a relief it is to see you conscious!
Lilith. Where is Lilith?
I'm sorry. She... Lily! Lily!
I am so sorry, Lilith. I take it Lord Sottile did not make it either.
I would not know. By the time Volkay and I arrived, you were the only one here.
I see.
At any rate, we should leave this place. Please, trust in me. I will see you to safety, Lord Mont.
No need. There's no saving me now. Stern does not do things by halves.
Please, do not say such things. I will not hear it. I will not give up on you.
Forget about me. Just take Volkay and flee, before you too are labeled a traitor.
I care not. So long as I can be by your side,
What was that flash of light just now? What just happened here?
Someone is coming.
Whatever could this be? Oh, who are you?
Reinforcements from Wizette. Stay away from Lord Mont.
Oh my. Oh my. Those wounds don't look good at all. Calidra! Calidra, over here! Quickly! You mustn't move, no matter what. I'll see to your care at once.
You are not the enemy?
Who are you? Who are you?
Are you awake, Your Worship?
Was I asleep?
For only a short while, yes. Perhaps you should rest longer.
No, I am fine. More importantly, have you found the crystal of this world?
I've come to report on that very matter. It would seem Lord Shimmerlance has found something.
I see. Did I happen to say anything whilst asleep?
Not that I noticed, no. Your Worship was resting peacefully. I assume you had some sort of dream?
A dream? I feel that I did, but I can no longer recall. But enough. Come with me.